Hey guys, welcome back to the Messy Garage. I'm super excited about this one. Recently had a little get together, had some friends over for kind of a late birthday celebration, and there's a shifter I've been wanting for the SI for a very long time, and I keep not letting myself buy it. So my family ended up buying it for me. So really excited about this one. I'll show you guys. Obviously I've already opened it. It's the Hybrid Racing B&D Series short shifter, the black edition. Even the packaging is so good on this. So this is the arm for the shift knob, and you can spin it as well as adjust this up and down. So you can pretty much put the shift knob wherever you want it. And then this is the actual shifter itself, and as you can see, it's actually got a ball bearing joint instead of just bushings. Also has a nice bearing for connecting to the shift linkage, and it's built so you can actually adjust the shift throw from inside the car. So you can be sitting in your driver's seat, loosen up these two, and adjust the inner shaft up and down, and that actually lets you adjust your shift throw. So if you want it, say you want shorter, tighter shifts for the track, but you prefer longer, more casual shifts for street driving, you can actually just sit in your driver's seat and do that. So, super excited about that. It comes with a little bit of new hardware for installation. And then the shift knob. It's not super heavy, but it is extremely nice. Almost matches. Not too far off, so yeah. Real nice. This little, it actually has a thread pitch etched into the bottom, so really nice little setup. So like I said, this goes on here, and then you've got your shift knob. So I'll show you guys real quick. So with the stock setup, it's not in a bad position with the stock shift knob, but I have put an aftermarket weighted knob on, and it ends up being pretty low. Like I gotta reach, if I'm driving, I gotta reach way down here. I've kind of wanted it more just right here. Not super high or anything, but if I had it just maybe right in here, I think that'd work out really well. So gonna go ahead, pull the weighted shift knob off. This thing's super heavy, so it always goofs it up if I pull the shift linkages apart with this attached. This thing weighs like over a pound, but it's also cheap and it's all chipped up. So take that off. I've got to pull the console, pull this console, get it unbolted. I'll get up underneath the car, unbolt it there, and we'll start replacing this thing. Oh, and I will show you guys kind of the stock shift throws here. So if you've ever driven the stock Civic shifters, it's super smooth. I really like it. There's not a ton of play, but there's a bit. I probably need to replace my bushings as well, but I do like a shorter shift. Like these are pretty nice and tight, but I like a shorter shift, so this will clean that up. So under the car you can see you have one bolt right here that connects it to the shift linkage, and there's actually 3 bolt nuts up top that actually hold the shifter to this top plate. So we're going to pull this lower one, get the arm out of the way, and then we'll unbolt it and actually pull it out of the vehicle. So as you can see here, this is the stock shift linkage here. You can see it's held in by just 2 bolts, and then you have the center bolt. And that boot's ripped. So with the hybrid shifter, you actually have the option to go with 3, but you have to drill it out. So I'm going to get it set up, mark it, and drill out for the 3rd hole. There's a spacer you end up using that just lines up with that bushing. They provide you with a new installation bolt, and then they give you 3 Allen bolts with nuts for installing that. Long bolt, you have the spacer and a nut for mounting the actual shifter in, or well, it's for mounting to the shift linkage, I should say. And then you have the 3 bolts with the 3 nuts, and that's for mounting the shifter to the plate underneath the car. So, like I said, I'm going to get this lined up. I'm going to go ahead and drill out that hole so I can use all 3, and we'll continue the install. So here's what we're dealing with. So you can see there's a hole there on the back. This rubber boot comes off, and then the hybrid shifter just covers the centerpiece up. And then there's another hole over here. And then if you want the 3rd hole, you can see kind of where I've marked it right in here. We'll have to drill that out. So that gives you the 3 locations. So I'm going to go ahead and drill that out. We'll mount the shifter to this, get this back up in the car, mount it to the shift linkage, then we can go in the car and finish the install. There you have it. You can see, took quite a bit of work, but got the spacer in. Had to bend this thing pretty crazily, but could have done that more cleanly, but it's in. Shifter's all installed, so that's everything underneath for this. Now we will go back up top and finish this install, but the shifter is in and I can't wait to drive on it. So right now the throw is where they set it. I might actually shorten it up a little more. I think I'm going to drop the handle down just a touch, so that's a little higher than I want, but man, it's so nice. Like, you guys can see, I'll loosen this up a little bit. Like, cause I can move it all the way over here. I could move it away from me, or just kind of have it back center. I'll probably angle it just a touch towards me, about like that, and then drop it down a touch. Man, that feels good. Love it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just kind of, so here you can see that's where the adjustments are, those 2 Allens for the shift throw. So I'm going to carry my Allen socket with me over the next few days, and I'll just keep tweaking it as I drive it until I'm happy with it. So overall, super happy with it. And kind of as a comparison to the other one I was showing you guys, you can see a lot shorter throw already. And it just feels so confident. It's smooth. Still need to get like some poly bushings or something, but it feels awesome. So thanks for watching. I'm a sweaty mess because it's like humid and really hot, and it acted like it was going to rain all day, but it never actually did. And the neighbor kids are playing in the street. Having their fun. So, anyways, it's in. I'm super stoked. Can't wait to drive it tonight. I'm going to finish up a couple adjustments, and I'll try to tell you guys in a later video how it feels for me. Interject a quick talking clip here before I put the final clip for the EM1. So as you can see, this video kind of jumps around a bit. So in the beginning of the video, I still had the diesel. I actually ended up having to sell that. I just was not using it for my business anymore, and it was taking up too much money and space. So I sold my diesel truck, and then I did this install like in the end of June, 1st of July. I took it to a couple track events and drove it around town a bit, but just never ended up filming anything with it. But as I said in the video, it was I can't recommend that shifter enough. A buddy of mine got to drive the car for a bit, and he was shocked by how well it shifted as well. So, yeah. So, like I say, in the end, a lot of life stuff has happened. Not very enjoyable stuff, but I did have to make the decision to sell the Civic. So
that's the final clip you'll see here. Yeah, so this is the end of the Civic Si saga, unfortunately, but I will have some new videos coming of the car I'm replacing it with, and we are definitely going to have a lot of fun with that. So we're moving forward with a new car, and you guys will get to see that soon.
Well, so that's that. She's gone. So I don't know how this video is going to be exactly structured, but this has been kind of a whirlwind sale. Due to some stuff that's happened, I ended up having to sell the SI. So I'll probably throw some clips in here from where I put that hybrid racing shifter in. I absolutely loved that thing, by the way. It's my favorite part of that whole car. It shifted so smooth, so well. It was awesome. So I'll probably throw in a couple quick clips from installing that so you guys can just see the process real quick. But yeah, so things have happened and I ended up having to sell it. So, cool guy flew in from Arizona actually this morning. I picked him up from the airport. We went, had the car checked out, made the deal, and he just drove away with her, and he's on his way back to Arizona on a nice long 12-hour drive. So anyways, that chapter is over, but I may already have a car to replace it with that was even cheaper, so I'll upload that eventually. This car is almost ready to sell. It's just been icy and cold, so I haven't been able to finish the repairs on it, but that'll be done soon. This one I need to show you guys the suspension install. So it actually has full suspension as well as wheel spacers on it now, and it's filthy because it's been snowing here. So anyway, kind of a sad day. I love that little EM1 Civic Si, but what happens happens. So anyway, that's gone. We're moving on into Lexus territory. So yeah, that's all I got.